stop you there, gentlemen. Here we go. Possibly the last map of this series. Again, the bad boys, what you gonna do? A Bucharest, Henry G, Sadakis.
Martin Lawrence, of course.
Reference game on point.
What does that even mean, Henry G?
I have no idea, but all I do know is we're going into the second map. It's going to be Dust 2. Titan starting on the terrorist side, looking like they've got 3 sets of armor, Existence and Scream on that utility play. But of course, Navi boosting up onto short, going to be going for that early information, trying to spot a player there, and they get him, taking down Shocks. That's a huge scalp to take, and now going to fall back into a more passive stance. Really nice opening play from Navi there, getting that first bit of information and getting a kill to boot as well. Not bad at all. Looks like the Frenchman will be heading over towards B now. This is the reaction from them.
Let's not forget they got the first kill in the first pistol on Train as well. That quickly turned when they walked into the site. Could do here as well as Flamey waits on the platform. Very linear angle to hold, and he has taken down the first kill. They're just walking into it. He's going to get the second one as well. It's just far too open. There's no grenades. There's nothing to distill him, and Flamey gets the hat trick. That's a bit silly from Titan to walk in. They had 2 flashbangs at least that would have given them some more space and opportunity to provide into the bomb site, but that's just a failure, and now it's going to fall apart. Flamey gets 4 kills total, and it's 1-0 Navi.
That aggression coming off short, most teams will do that. Just even if you don't get a first kill, you can spot towards lower B, you can see top and middle, see if a fast strategy is coming in. If you get a kill there as well, that's absolutely amazing. And then forcing Titan, funneling them almost into the B tunnels. And like you said, it's a really questionable play for them as well. Just all trying to go for that first pick in the back. Flamey's got such an advantage there, can keep ducking and weaving behind that box. Finds 4 kills, opens it up really strongly for Navi here. Titan, of course, going to be forced buying into this first round. Going to have Desert Eagles, Tech 9s and P250s. Going to have some smoke grenades as well. So they're making their way towards middle. I'd assume possibly up short. They haven't got the smoke for CT spawn to work with, so they don't really have much choice but to go up short with this one. They have the flashbang for the site. I would say they're going to drop down towards city spawn, up towards A, try and get a bomb down, and take down the player towards Carl, which could be Guardian.
Well, Guardian at least distilled by the flashbang, forced back further, so they'll get to quad. Will they get close enough to put a bomb down? That's the better question, and right now Guardian seems to want to try and prevent that, but he won't. They've got it. It's gone. It's already planted, and now Smiths, he falls immediately after. How much damage can they do preventing this retake right now? There's only 1 kit. That's in the hands of Zeus, and Edward goes down. Guardian picks up another kill. Scream, last alive. It is planted for him, so still a chance if he can find some headshots to, again, do further damage. He does dink up Zeus. They're jumping as well. They're trying to do everything to keep him off this, but he is going to take Zeus on the second effort. And finally, Guardian will silence and put it away, and the round will go in favor of Navi.
Yep, so the passive setup from Navi, they had 5 rifles, wanted to keep things nice and long range, didn't have to force issue too much. The bomb does go down for Titan. Good news for them going into the next round, but it's not going to mean too much into the third, because you'd assume they're just going to get some P250s this round. Smiths didn't spend too much money, so he will have the AWP next as well. So a throwaway round almost here for Navi. You can see Guardian not investing too much, and he's just going to pick up a scout. And he had an MP9 there as well. I think he's going to throw that away, maybe a little misspy from him coming forward. That's going to be pretty devastating going to the next one, but there we go. Round number 3 now. Navi just with some upgraded, Titan just with some upgraded pistols. Going to be going towards the top of the middle, have smoked off towards mid. Guardian just spotting over the scout. Let's see if he can inflict any damage with the scout.
So far not to be. Smith does go a little bit low on an aid that went through, but RPK, he's going to jump across, not spotted from that box, and they'll attempt to take Catwalk once more. Last time bomb plant was successful, but that was with Guardian at car forced out of position. This time, he's still on the ramp, and Zeus is waiting at Goose. Quick pop flash off the wall, that favors them, and now the bomb plant is denied. It was the exact same setup. They tried it twice, but Navi wasn't fooled, and they'll just sit back and kill the remaining players. It's down to Shocks in a 1-on-3 situation. Now a 3-on-0, and that is exactly the same score.
Yep, so another nice round there from Navi. Bomb doesn't get planted, but in terms of the economy in general, it's absolutely fine for Titan. They have a nice healthy buy going to this one. Smiths could buy the WPVC's fit. Actually going to be opting for the full rifle setup here. So 5 AK-47s, going to go heavy on the utility. And they've got Molotov, smoke grenades as well. So let's see what kind of approach they go for. And Train is a very loose affair, just making sure they kept it for that 4-man unit going into bomb site and seeing what they can do. 3 men for Navi going towards long, expecting that long rush. It seems like a very traditional round coming in from Titan, not going to be doing anything or committing too much straight away. Just feeling out the map, seeing if there is any CT aggression being presented towards them. So far, so good for them. Going to make their way up towards short. Existence leading the charge.
Guardian in position to hit this quick shot on Cat and drop. Because the flash comes in, he fires preemptively, no one walking into it. And he's gone already. That does give Titan a little bit more room to work with.
Once again in that 4-man setup.
Yeah, okay. This is it. So I was interested to see if they were going to go for the drop smoke. Now they'll go for the jump as well. Guardian's known to hit that shot. He doesn't this time. He only legs it, but he follows up by taking down Scream. And as he's already taken The damage off the other Seized is able to collect it, and Guardian's just going to go nuts. So only one shot missed out of all that, and arguably it still collected the leg, so you can debate if that's a miss or not. It's still successful. Shocks 1-on-4, bombs down in front of him on toward quad position, but he's got to fight forward just to grab it. He's at least forced Zeus out of position, but surely they're not going to allow this to be a plant. They're already getting aggressive back onto him, and Shocks is trying to evade this, trying to find the angle to at least open this up. He's brought it into a one-on-one situation that opened and then closed because Edwards showed up behind.
4-0 now in favor of Navi, holding off that A push very effectively there. You can see Titan, you saw the plan they were going for. They're dropping down towards C-spawn, trying to flash off the AWP player of Guardian, but he was just holding too strong in that position. Was it 4 frags he picks up there? That's what we expect from Guardian on this map. Very good defensive AWP there. Started off on short, got flashed off, changed his position towards ramp, dodging the flashbangs, getting the kills he required. It's going to knock Titan onto another quasi-buy here. Desert Eagles, some utility to play with as well. I'd expect a mid-split coming in from this round, considering they haven't really tried it out yet. They want to see what's going on there. A hasn't worked out too well for them. It's going to be Edward going aggressive towards the long doors. They're spamming through the smoke there. Does some damage towards Scream. Now then, like I said before, I'd expect Titan to try to go out middle here and see what they can do with it. See what's available towards them.
And the difference is this time, though, Navi has 2 in mid rather than the 3-on-A approach, the standard default. Shocks is waiting at long. Edward's gone back away from pit, so a little bit of room to work with there. But again, Titan still being stubborn, still pushing on toward this catwalk position with the pistols. They seem to want to just go for these fast bomb plants.
This is the thing. They probably want to try and show their hand towards it, just try and get some attention maybe. Actually, maybe committing towards it straight away. Flashing off Guardian once again, going to be dropping down, but he hits the first shot and opens it up to the 5-4.
And now they've got Zeus on the site again this time as well. So rather than having a second player down toward CT spawn, it's up on the platform. It's going to get a shot. He goes down in the end, Zeus, but it's another one from Guardian to close off RPK. Last one alive does his job. Scream just puts that bomb down. Edward will kill him, get the defuse, but it's another $800 for Titan when they go into round 5, where they'll grab guns again.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad round for Titan at all. Just getting that bomb down after losing those first 4 frags is great work from Scream there.
They've actually got a good bank right now, too, so they can do whatever they want.
There we go. We're going to round number 6.
Smith's already grabbed the op, but they're going to go for 2. That's the better question. Shocks, there it is. Yep, 2 ops.
Well, they can do great work with this. Like, obviously, we still can get absolutely destroyed by NIP. They were trying this setup a lot of times, but trying to slow things down, going for the picks across the map. You see them trying to get long control in this situation, leaving AWP towards the pit, but Navi changing the pace up a little bit. They're actually going to be boosting 2 players up to short. That normally means the boost towards lower B, trying to get that first pick on the map. But Guardian's going straight in there. Going to be going straight towards the top of middle. Zeus rushing it as well. Finally, players just
Watch this push. Watch this push, though, because RPK's in a great spot to shut it down. Flamey at least got Scream, but RPK was lined up accordingly and got the trade. Bomb was there, so it's important that they won that battle, because otherwise they could just be surrounded right now by Navi players. Edwards still manages to pick up that kill on the B site, so they'll reclaim a little bit of territory. Not only that, deny the entrance. They have to take the bomb back and regroup, but they've got the man advantage in doing so. They may have more than that, because Smith finds Edward, and it's now a 3-on-1.
And the CT's trying to change the pace up there, boosting up players into the top of middle, getting to the B tunnels as well, trying to force the issue, surprise Titan perhaps. Was probably the good call, considering the setup Titan had with the double orbs, but didn't work out for them in the exchanges there.
Shock stayed toward, yeah, okay, that works. I was going to say, I'm surprised he's not seeing him yet, but we switched back over. He was waiting to see if Guardian crossed, at least if he didn't hit that shot, which Guardian obviously stopped and made it very easy for him. He was going to go back to B just so that they avoided the chance of running into him. We know what a threat Guardian has. We call this Guardian's playground.
Absolutely. This is one of the maps he really can kick off. He's got 9 frags after 6 rounds so far, so he definitely is hitting the high numbers we come to expect of him. So Navi, after this round, their economy will be broken, so a must-win situation for them. Guardian does have the AWP once more.
Watch the slow peek they're setting up for it. Shocks is actually pre-aimed, and they don't bother going for it, but Smiths, it's the double up set up again from Titan that's getting the early advantages. Zeus is going to go down. This forces Edward to fall back, and he's going to smoke. This is interesting. He's actually going to go re-peek this, and he's got Guardian in position to flash him around the corner. He's going to go naked, though. He doesn't actually get blind up, and Guardian's going to follow up. They lose all 3 here. The round's essentially done already, and it's gone. Existence wins that shot as well.
Yeah, it's a really nice retake there from Navi from Titan's Existence, stepping up huge, taking down 2 players. It was a weird pick from Zeus to actually go to that long corner without any sort of flashbangs, just faced the corner completely dry and got taken down with the AWP, gifted a kill to Smith towards there. They've got 2 rifles remaining to be Seized and Flamey. This is just an unwinnable situation for them. So naturally, going to be saving these guns, but Seized in an exposed position outside of B. They're going to be hunting him down. You can see them trying to pincer the bomb site from the tunnels and outside as well. Smith finds the first one. It's going to be Flamey on the box now. You can see him he'll be dealt with momentarily, and there it is. RPK takes him down. They answer straight back. And possession goes back towards Navi here as it goes into 5-2. So Titan definitely still can buy into this round. You can see them having a double orb once again. But Navi, a difficult situation. They've got pistols only. Going to have to be on the full eco going forward. So
Yeah, I mean, this is a good response from Titan. Keep in mind it was 5-0. That had the max round bonus. They break that, and they come up with the second consecutive round. Because they kept the others close, it means that suddenly they can fight back in with the economic advantage. It could have been absolutely atrocious if they'd lost the last one. Guardian's going to fight forward, mind you, with the pistols. Does at least take down Shox. Existence is there to trade it, and they're going to try and corner him off, and very smartly, Zeus will just grab the AWP and fall away. And they're looking for information on Catwalk as well. They've at least spotted up, but look at the situation right now. All the CT players on the A side, all the T players on the B side. Pretty obvious what's going to happen next.
yeah, absolutely. They're going to get in, get the bomb down. Not really much Navi can do in this situation. They're going to be trying to jump through the window, going straight for the fire there. Sees he gets taken down.
That was a big pick, though. He actually did take Existence down to 2 HP through that door, and RPK's on 22. They're low enough that this is doable. The problem is how much they want to invest. They've already picked up an op that's well worth saving. They don't have kits, and it's a very hard site to retake. So I like that they're going to just set up for exits instead, because it's very likely that they'll at least get 1 or 2 kills out of this.
Yeah, they're going to save the AWP. They've got some PT50s. Edward invested in the 5-7 head armor as well, so he probably wants to take them to the next round. If he can find a kill, get an AK out of this, that'd be absolutely fantastic. You can see him towards those B tunnels as well. Players will be exiting out of the area. Scream's pretty low HP as well. I actually do favour Edward in this situation. Spots the elbow of Scream. Going to get spotted though. Tries off some shots. Scream with that click potential takes him down and secures the round.
This is smart as well, because now they know that they're waiting on the tunnel side. They're going to exit through middle. The low HP players will make it far enough away, and they should keep all 4 alive. That could have been entirely different. Again, if they committed, Scream goes down, and then they lose potentially 3 low HP players. So this just adds, again, to the long game, building up Titan's bank.
So after losing the first 3 rounds, first 5 rounds in fact, 5-0 in favour of Navi, Titan fighting back, get 3 of their own. Going to have the single AWP setup this time on Smiths, and I think that's fine because Smiths has actually been getting some key picks at the start of the round, and Shox on a map like this can actually kick off with the AK-47. So here we go, round number 9. Guardian going to be changing his position this time, going straight towards Longer for that first pick. It's been a problem for them. So Smiths not going to be facing towards that area. He's still towards T-spawn for now. No real aggression being shown from either side just yet. No one wants to commit to anything.
Yeah, this is pretty standard right now. Again, the 3 toward A. Watch that swing player. It's going to be Zeus that plays it to support Guardian from CT. Edward locked down on Long, and Guardian to just shut down anything on Catwalk with the AWP.
They're anticipating a mid-split. You can see Zeus towards City Sports. He's trying to back him up as well. But once again, it looks like the Frenchmen making their way up towards short. More of the same here. Trying to shut down Guardian. I'd assume some smoke towards City Spawn, flashing over and trying to smother him on that A-bomb.
Well, and this is what I say time and time again, because it's either usually a mid-split or a Catwalk take. The player that is the most important on the CT side becomes, in this case, Zeus, the one playing at CT spawn.
Yeah.
Because if they go for a drop strategy where they try and overwhelm Guardian from 2 angles, he has to kill that player that goes down quickly.
They're trying to bait the A play out and then going to go back towards middle.
They made the drop. Good thing there it is. Exactly that. Zeus has to win that kill. He goes down in the end of Existence, but now the gig's up. They know exactly where they're going, and they know it's going to be on B site. That's where Guardian is able to save his teammate Seized at least a little bit longer, because the second kill came from him, but it's Flamey inside the site to shut it down. And the 2 kills to open it up gave Titan a chance, but ultimately they didn't get very far on that play.
So they've been concentrating heavily on that A-bomb side, so they're trying to mix things up a little bit there. Show the same hand, flashing towards A, smoking down towards City Spawn, but this time one player dropped down Existence, get towards City Spawn and went down towards middle, but Navi were just ready for that setup there. Mowed them down as they came out, and Zeus doing very well to pick up 2 frags there. So now the advantage goes back towards Navi. They get the double AWP setup themselves. This can be one of the strongest CD setups on this map, especially when you're doing things like that. C's taking out Smiths towards Suicide there, but it's going to be a fast long take. Guardian gets one himself, brings it down to the 5-on-3.
RPK flash, but no one to peek around the corner because they know there's more than just him in the wait. And now he's going to do the counterplay. He's going to flash them and turn it, almost lining up for him. He's able to get 1, but Zeus closes it back. And Guardian, he closes the round altogether. It's now 7 for Navi. Again, battle of economics. Titan, they nearly had a chance to completely obliterate Navi and bring this back to 5-5, and Navi find a way to get back into it themselves. Double off for them as well.
Very fast round there. I think that only lasted about 20 seconds. They were going for the fast A split. 2 players down Suicide, 3 towards Long, and they just completely shut down there. Navi finding the first picks all over the place with the AWPs. They're still going to be rolling with the double AWP setup. Guardian and Seas with that now, but the money for Titan hasn't been broken yet. They've got 2 AWPs themselves, Shox and Smiths, and that's the first pick. Shox taking out Guardian towards Long as well, so that's going to be devastating towards the CTs. You have to react now. You can see Seed going towards lower B, trying to get that reaction in, but Smith's now just edging his way towards B tunnel. He's going to get locked out by that smoke.
Yeah, they look
like to go to lower B as well, where they've got an AWP waiting for them. There it is.
That's a good play from Seas. That's a very good play, because he knows that the information is over toward B. He can take that mid play. He actually went for the pick. He saw no one there, so he knew he could push up. And that takes back the early advantage that they had established. We also saw that smoke late at B, how much that did, because it looked like they were ready to go. But either way, this time they're going to take the fight back. We see Smiths, he's lurking in toward this mid position. Seized is waiting with his op. Already pre-scoped on the position. Who's going to win this? Who's going to walk around first? Smith seems to want to wait for the window, and he's going to spot the kneecap, but Smith still rains it out. He's got the first shot. He'll smoke off CT spawn, and now it becomes a very high possibility of B splitting until Edward gets that shot. So Edward, he's the third one to pick up an op in this round. He's picked up the one off of Guardian, and he's still going to make it count. Flamey, we saw him close a round already from this position, and they're lining up through the smoke. There's nothing to blind him up again. It's similar to the pistol round, and he's taking down Shocks. Existence will follow in the same footsteps. Bomb is there. He has to commit to this. And the Molotov this time will try and move Flamey. He's hoping it pushes this to the right. He peeks to the left instead, and it still doesn't matter. He manages the first kill, but Zeus is there on the flank.
Flamey's is so strong in those 1-on-X situations in that B bomb site. Seems to be able to find kills, dodge flashbangs, and do very well there. He gets the 2 key frags, denying them getting into that B bomb site, and he steps up massively for his team. They're getting the 8th round on the board. Very convincing stuff for them, and I think they may have finally broken the economy of Titan going forward now. You can see they are going to be force buying. They're going to have 1 AK-47, upgraded pistols as well. So a round I don't really see going in their favor, but let's see what they can bring to the table. It looks like they'll be heading towards the B tunnels quickly as well. Existence going to be locked out, going to be running straight through the fire.
Good need to at least deploy the smoke on top of the flames, but it still doesn't do anything to line up the slaughter. That is a P90, and then added to insult
Perfect
the grenade.
weapon for that kind of setup, really, isn't it? They go for the straight-up B rush, decide to run through the fire themselves. And the thing is, with the fire on the floor, they had to extinguish it themselves. You saw them trucking the smoke on top of it. And the problem with that is, it grade screens your whole team. So when you've got 2 CTs on the other side of them, you couldn't actually do them more of a favor by putting out that fire and coming through blind in that site. P90 sprays them all down, and it's a disappointing round to see them lose. But money not devastated for them just yet. They could get another force buy here if they really wanted to. Looks like they will be doing that. Shocks getting out the AK-47. They're going to have the scout as well. This is a problem for Titan. If they don't win this round, there's going to be a slippery slope as Navi go forward even stronger. They get the double AWP once again.
Yeah, Navi's got money for the rest of the half regardless. And Guardian, he opens it up. Last time it went to Shocks when they did exchange AWP versus AWP, but Guardian this time, he comes out on top. And how much more problems are Titan going to have in this round? Like you say, this is a force buy that's not paying off. Flamey's going to take RPK next. In Existence, he's just waiting inside the long AK. If they know he's there, they'll just contain him. And obviously, being down in the situation that they are, it means that there's only 2 other players. They've got less of a threat elsewhere. Good shot from Zeus to take down Shock. Scream's going to follow up and try and get this back. And again, he does have the potential, Scream, the headshot machine, to open up sights just in one-on-one battles like this. But the problem is he's going against an AWP, and it's Guardian. And Guardian, he actually clips him through the wall. Down to 19, follows it up as Zeus with the M4. Existence, well, able to take Flame. He was already found out. I thought surely would go down. 7 HP left regardless. It's going to be another round for Navi.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like Titan trying to use that fast and loose playstyle once again. And the problem is with that, when you go rushing B, for example, the choke point's so much more narrower than it is on train. You're isolated to that tiny little gap going in. It's easy spray downs for the CTs. They need to be a little bit more methodical. They need to be working picks first, trying to use that double AWPs properly. It's just going to be Existence remaining now. He gets spotted. Could have been a knife there from Edward, but he just decides to execute him in the back of the head. 10th round goes on the board for Navi. 10 plays 3 now. And after that force buy, I don't think Titan have many options into this round either. I really would like them to eco this and make sure they get the 11-4 going forward, but let's see how they decide to go into this one.
They do. I do have the max loss bonus going for them now, so if they force and get a bomb plant, they'll be fine in the next.
This is like,
I can understand the justification because they're so far down that they just need rounds at this point.
They can justify this, right? So this is fine going for the upgraded pistols and armor, but they go for AKs. That would have been devastating to them. So they go for the quasi-buy, Desert Eagles, Tech 9s, and a P250. They have got utility to play with as well, but it's going to be a difficult prospect from that double AWP setup. It's working very well for Navi right now.
Yeah, they're going to try and take over from long. Guardian not able to hit that first shot. Flash lines up both, and it's actually Scream who manages to find Edward first. Guardian, though, in turn does respond and even the situation, but he's still being pushed right now. Smiths is looking very aggressive. He knows there's a gun down inside that long position, and he's managed to grab it as well. He's going to stick with the Tech 9 regardless, but the M4 is now dropped twice as Zeus comes around. That's a bit careless from Smiths. And it is round 14, and it could be 11 already from Navi if this continues, which would be a remarkable scoreline on the first half. Shocks has managed to slip up from Catwalk undetected. Guardian goes low on HP. He's not safe right now. We're a little bit still in a tight situation. Flamey taking Shocks definitely makes it a lot more probable for Guardian to close it away, but that was obvious and all was coming. Existence will at least pick up the AWP, and with 43 seconds, he may be able to make something of this.
Well, it's definitely Titan's round to win here. Navi would have to make a huge mistake to allow this one to slip by. He has got 30 seconds to play with, and the bomb as well. That's the shot he needed to hit. He had a real chance getting into this one, but he gets a second bite of the cherry there. Takes down Flamey, bringing it to the one-on-one situation. Seized with the AWP towards short as well. Isn't sure whether he's even crossed to the bomb side now. He's going to get onto the ramp.
The silly part of all this is C's didn't buy a kit, and they've got so much money. So if Existence, can find a way to safely get a bomb plant, which he is now doing, regardless of the flames coming out, although he has to get away from them, mind you. He's so low on HP. He could actually hold this off with time, but it's going to be a straight-up fight. They know where each other are. Smart from C's to change his angle, to go for the drop, and Existence may not be ready for this. He's so low on HP. How does he not spot that nade? That should have given it away. Regardless, the kill comes out, and Navi, they'll get number 11.
Valiant effort there from Existence, not winning that one-on-one situation, but to get it down to that point, and he gets the bomb down as well, secures more money for the next round. Could have gone either way. If he'd have hit that shot, I'm sure it could have been all over, but like you said, C's not having the kit with so much money. Luckily picks one up and secures the round there. 11-3 in favor of Navi now. They're going to still be running that double orb setup, but interesting enough from Titan, they're getting the auto sniper out. Double orbs as well. Expect a big exchange of fire towards middle now. Will they be able to find this first pick as the CT players cross?
And the auto sniper. Does it do damage? It's definitely doing damage on Disease. Is it going to kill him, though? That's the better question. He's got the op there as well. They've bought it out. There's no reason not to. Flamey lined up again. They're going to silence him inside that site. Finally, they trade it. That at least helps them because it pulls Seized back off of middle, which opens up the opportunity for the split. But because they've lost so many men, they can't take it. They can't push forward. Shox is all the way back toward T-spawn still.
Got the man advantage now. Scream inside the B bomb side as well. It's going to be a CT waiting for them now. It's going to be Seed. Finds the first frag. Scream takes it down for the smoke. Just going to leave Edward now in the 1-on-2 situation. Has got the M4 and full arsenal of grenades as well.
This is manly from him to push through that window, knowing that they hadn't crossed over just yet. They would have had the death cam call on that, but they haven't arrived. They were smart about this too. Titan, they're going to try and open up this map, and Shox is going to wait. He's got the AWP. He knows Edward's crossed, so he's in position. He's in perfect position as well, and he'll get the round. Titan get number 4. But is it too little, too late?
A round they definitely needed here. If they get the pistol, obviously there's no reason why they can't do this exact same thing that Navi just did to them there. 4th round, I say, just about enough, but obviously Navi were real stellar first half, bouncing straight back after the defeat on Train. Seems like Guardian had found some sort of form there, getting 16 frags on the board there, top fragging, back to his usual position on Dust 2. The thing is, he gets even more scary on the terrorist side. That's when he really does start firing on all cylinders here. So all to play for still. Titan need to find this pistol. They have a real chance of getting into this one. Disappointing T-side from them. It seemed like that they still were trying to do the more loose style there. Didn't really have too much of a methodical approach in terms of tactics. They're just kind of staying as a fragging unit. Didn't really have to do too much in terms of smoking off key positions. Molotoving CT's out position has kind of fed into Navi's bomb sites and just got mowed down a lot of the times. Flamey, especially in that B site, seemed to be showing incredible fortitude and just locking them down every time they tried to come in.
And that was the confusing part of it. I mean, usually what happens in that case is you wait in tunnels, you win mid, and then the guy at platform can't be that content. He can't just be complacent and sit. Yeah. He has to deal with the fact that he's going to be pressed from both sides. The only round they actually managed to do that, Flamey still got him behind the big box on the platform, turned a window, and obliterated the 2 last players. They never really were able to steal him because they couldn't win mid and they didn't use enough utilities inside the tunnels. I mean, it was shocking. It started from the pistol. It was telegraphed from the very beginning.
Well, that was the thing. That pistol was really interesting. So obviously Navi went for that traditional 2-man boost towards short, find the first frag. Okay, that's fine. That's normal. You can recover from losing 1 frag. But they decided instead of like going out towards middle, maybe splitting the B bomb site, they said, let's all go through tunnels. Let's all run through that tiny little narrow choke point and let's get mowed down by 1 person. Like Flamey didn't even need backup from his team. He got all 4 kills by himself, and you just think like, oh, was that the best decision for us to actually go into that one? Corey could have been a little bit clever about it. Maybe go out towards middle. It's a bigger area. You have more chances to have some cover at least, but they committed towards that tunnel area. But it looks like we're getting ready to go into the second half now. Navi stepping onto the terrorist side, 11 rounds in their favor. Let's see how they approach this round. They definitely have a huge better rounds, can afford to be a little bit more audacious here.
Interesting thing to note as well, we've seen now, we're about to see our 4th, we've seen 3 pistol rounds. Flamey in those pistol rounds had 4 in the first one of this game, 3 in the second one of the last. That's 7 kills over 3 pistol rounds.
Let's have a look at the buy for Navi going into this pistol. They've got 3 armor players here, 2 utility guys, a Guardian and Zeus with the smoke grenades. Edward has been upgraded to the raid boss. He's got the Tech 9 and armor as well. And then Shox going by himself to lower B. He's going to have find the hole of the Navi side. It gets punished straight away there. Edward locking him down with 1 bullet to the jugular of Shox. Brings it to the 5-on-4 and brings it in massive favor towards Navi.
Scream and wait. Flash over from his team actually fails, so Navi blind themselves, buys some time. Lots of time to work with, not an issue, but Scream's now going to spot up 2 players toward that mid position. Existence still waiting on A. There's a chance they can try and split for this right now, but the push, as we see it on screen, perfectly timed. Smiths has managed to get in behind them. This just creates distraction and confusion because Navi, as soon as they want to commit, they're going to have Smiths either immediately behind them or they go back to fight him and buy more time, and they get segregated. They get torn apart from within, and Smiths has done very well to stay alive and evade them even further. They do manage to get the kill on the A site, and they've gone toward long. Smiths is actually a little bit slow to act, so they're going to have to play a retake game.
4 and 3, bomb going down for a long plant as well. The CTs need to find a frag any second. They have absolutely no chance of retaking this bomb site. Smiths coming on towards shore, get a bit spotted and get taken down by Flamey as well. The last 2 remaining players towards that catwalk area as well.
That was a really good call from Navi to go into long when they know Smiths came out from it, so he couldn't get back to it. Now they've got A, but Scream, there's the headshot on a C's. He was the only one with a kit, but he goes down in the end, and Navi will get yet another pistol round. That's 3-1 in total for this this series.
Yeah, so Shock's going towards lower B. Like we said, we're used to CT showing aggression to start the round, but going by yourself to an area like lower B, a real high area of contention, that's a questionable play from him. Unless they're rushing B, that's never really going to work out for you. So he goes locked down completely straight away, and then the reaction comes in with the CTs. They push long, but Navi just read it very well. Pins to the A bomb site, lockdown existence, who's isolated on the A ramp. But we go into this one. It's going to be another B rush coming in. Navi going to be leading the charge. It's going to be 3 CTs waiting for them. Not going to get to the bomb site just yet, though. They're being slowed down with the flashbangs.
Smoke off on that doorway means Existence can't get that scout in position, or does it? He pushes through. That's manly of him, but ultimately too brave, perhaps. Too clever for his own good. He goes down, and now they're limited. That scout toward the window as well for Scream. Has a chance to at least get one shot here on Guardian, who's very low, but the bomb is planted. Flamey's going to get 2 with DAK. And he's walked out middle and surprised them all. What a game he's having.
Absolutely, and that was the force buy from Titan. Really amounting to nothing, really. Didn't get a single frag there. Double scouts, upgraded pistols and armor as well. And I feel like this game may be all but over because they can't really justify another force buy here. Need to take this round on the chin. It's going to be 14 plays 4 unless there's a horrible mistake coming in from Navi. They've got that real decent B spawn once again. I would say they'll probably take it. Why not? When you've got that spawn, you know you have the firepower advantage. Just get straight into it, force the issue, and then see what you can do in this situation. That's what they will be doing as well. 2 CDs waiting for them. Presumably, though, with just silence USPs, won't be able to do much with this.
The difference is they actually managed to flash shots. So how much further have they got compared to what they did against Flamey in the first half? They're already in the site. And now Navi, they're able to get the kills because of it. The fast play, Flamey's going to shut it down. Shocks and RPK are gone. Simple flash, and Smiths can't peek that fast.
That's the thing, when you get those kind of B spawns gifted to your map, sometimes it's very difficult to turn down the temptation and take it, especially when you have the firepower advantage. You just think, okay, we're actually going to get there before the CTs do. They're not going to have the utility to hold us off. So that's actually like that going forward. So Titan forced to buy up in this situation. Obviously, they're going to have 5 rifles, no kits, not much utility. So very difficult round for them as they're looking down the barrel of map point on Dust 2 here as we go into round number 19.
Existence going to go back to the platform again. Does do some damage. Flamey gone. Held the trigger down, and the Tracer's going either direction. It actually benefits Existence in that case. And can they add on to this one-man advantage? They haven't had it at all this half because this is the first gun round, of course. And Shocks now has to rotate back down towards CT spawn. Again, he's in a very, very fragile position, but he's a very skilled player. He'll know exactly how to handle it as Zeus evaluates the damage and assesses middle at the same time. Guardian ready as well on catwalk. Smith's waiting. Initial smoke goes out, and I imagine this is going to be a fast drop strategy if they commit to it or not. The issue is if they go right now and they do that fast drop, look where Shocks is. He's well out of position, and smartly he's going to go back, and Guardian's still waiting for this peek. He's spotted up by Smiths already, takes the shot, tries to hit him through the box. That's not successful. Molotov forces him out of position, but Smiths hits another beautiful shot. Edward goes down, and Smiths, it's all him. He's taken down Zeus as well. 3 kills, and it entirely shuts down anything Navi had planned. They may not even get a kill in this round, and that's brilliant for any economical comeback that the Titan want to have.
Yeah, after that first pick, it seems like Navi were a little bit rattled, forced to go towards short, and Smiths showing some incredible aim there. Really nice, crisp headshots as they came out towards the short area, and he gives them another lifeline here. 14 plays 5. Navi, though, will be buying back into this round. This is what kind of buy they've got available. It seems like 3 AKs, make it 4. They have got the AWP on Guardian as well, so still definitely in contention for this round. Seems like Titan going for the 3-man setup towards long, 2 players towards B, leaving middle open for now. And now they're rotating back into a Shocks coming to deal with that issue. Slower pace round now.
There's a full buy from either side. There's decent utilities on the terrace. We've got 4 kits out of 5 on the CT side, along with decent nades. So I imagine this one's going to go into time situation. We know Navi will try and bait out all of the utility from their CT, their opposition, first before executing, and then hit very quickly. sometimes it can bite them if they don't give themselves enough time. They're actually going to push on the catwalk a little bit earlier here, take the fight to Smith, so I'm surprised to see them acting so quickly because Titan's done nothing of the sort to use their utilities. It's just a straight-up fight. And Zeus is able to take down Smiths first. He'll follow that with Shocks, and surely they have to take this A site before the rotations come in. Guardian gets RPK. That's their last hope toward long, and it's Scream on a fast rotate that's able to at least get one, now two, but Bomb's already planted, and Scream again. He's going to get another. It's just him left, though, because Seized has found existence, but we know Scream can do this. That's 4 headshots, and he's in the position. There's nothing they can do. What a round from Scream.
4 kills, all sensational headshots there, and he keeps Titan alive, at least for now. Navi looked like they had that round completely tied up. Shock's getting forced, Smith's getting shot, dropped down to CD spawn, got shot in the back. It seemed like the round was over, but some textbook screenplay coming in with that AK-47, 4 kills and the defuse as well. That's fantastic from him and keeps the dream alive at least for another round here. Navi will be forcing into this round. Guardian picks up the scout. Not sure what he'll be able to do with this one considering that Smith has the AWP, but what a round that was from Scream to keep things alive.
That's insane. We call him the headshot machine for a reason.
Just when they needed it most as well. If they come back and win this game, it's going to come down to that man just there in that round.
And Zeus now left with just the pistol. His teammate's still able to buy up something due to that bomb plant. Different approach. Forget Catwalk. Forget Scream. Let's head elsewhere on the map. The problem is that Scream is also elsewhere. He's the B, remember. He was on the rotation last time, so he's going to get yet another kill, make it 2. Another 2 headshots, all with the M4 Flamey. Finally takes him down, and I imagine they'll breathe a sigh of relief on that kill because now it gives them a chance. Zeus follows up on existence. Not only that, they're leaving a player outside of the B doors right now. This could catch them off. Flamey's low on HP, so he's the one to go try and catch them off guard. I don't blame them at all for this gamble play, but Shock still manages to catch off Zeus to the back of the side. Shock's his turn to go nuts. He's going to get 2 headshots, and RPK forces Flamey out. It's another round for Titan.
Scream stepping up once more, finds those 2 frags in the fast B split coming in. Shocks with a fantastic rotation as well. Clever flashbangs to find the first frag and a crisp shot at the back of the site to secure the round. And that should knock Navi down to the eco this time. You can see they're getting the bomb down. They do have some players that can afford to buy. It wouldn't be a very healthy one, but Guardian and Edward on low cash here. They could get the rifles out here. I'd rather than just eco and get a nice full buy going forward. So just get some deagles maybe this round. They're going to be forcing. Let's see what kind of good weapons they go for. C is going to be dropping the AWP for Guardian. So potentially another round here going in favour of Titan considering the buy coming in. C just on the Tech 9 now.
Guardian tried to take that mid-op shot. Does do damage onto Scream. Down to 36 through the door. And that may play a role. Any damage you can do on Scream right now, I think, is more than worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. The current form he's in the last few rounds. 16 frags for him. Want to try and lock him down as quickly as possible.
Smith's going to come back up and help RPK because he's got an inkling that there's more presence toward that long position than anywhere else on the map. And at the time that he made that call, he was correct. They've now drawn more attention toward Catwalk. It's going to be a long split. Shocks is rotating over early, so RPK is the one to make this call right now. He's got still 2 players so close to him at long. This is going to be a very tense fight for RPK because his position near that door is so close. He's hoping that they're going to try and flash through that smoke and it'll go beyond him, and then he could just line them up.
Now Titan's doing a good job of holding off the tees. Still 50 seconds to play with here, and like you said, RPK got his work cut out for him here. Sees and Zeus towards short. Classic A split coming in. Not committing to it just yet though. Not much utility to play with as well. Just 1 smoke remaining and a couple of flashbangs. RPK falls back to the pit, a more passive position as he senses the T's making their presence known towards long as they come out now.
Smith's playing from Goose. Different angle than we talked about the op being at car. Doesn't get the first shot because it's a jump player. That's so common. So now he needs to be careful because not only that, his position's given up. Fortunately, RPK's managed to control long, but they don't cover for the drop. Seized gets in and takes down Smith. Now they have the op turned back against them, and it's in long. It's toward pit. Seized hits the shot, and surely this time is it going to be enough because they've got an advantage again, and the bomb down. It's Scream from the same position, the same angle, but Zeus is ready for it this time. Distance with a hard battle, a tough task. A flashbang at least to work with and a kit, but it's all working against him, and he's got to give it up. He's got to concede. It's going to go to at least map point for Navi.
Navi doing a really good job of there, of making attention known towards both areas of short and long, leaving RPK isolated towards that pit. He was left in a 3-on-1 situation, manages to get 2 frags there, but got taken down by Guardian in the end. And then they come onto the bomb site. It's just too much for the retake there. Existence, no choice but to save game in this round. He's going to pin Navi onto map point, 15 plays 7, and he feels like this is just delaying the inevitable at this stage. As we go into round number 23, the CT still have reasonable money, not great though. So you can see Smiths has 3k, Scream on 2600. You want that man on a full rifle here, so this could be another difficult round for them. as Navi definitely have a lot of money to purchase into this round. Going to have full buys going in, especially with the Guardian AWP. Shox picks up an orb himself. He's gone glass cannon, and will be getting boosted up as well.
And watch that mid play. They flash over, Guardian shoots into it. That would have allowed the cross for the second player. That's Scream. He actually stays in middle, and look how aggressive they're getting. Shox has already pushed Cat. So Navi's sitting so far back. I'm not sure they're going to be expecting the quasi buy. If Shox can pick up the first kill, this may work out perfectly. Guardian needs to catch him in transition, and smartly does based on that maneuver. So that gives it now to Navi for the taking. It's all rifles and a shotgun left up on the CT side, and that shotgun's in Scream's hands. No one came toward the doors, so how else can he find an angle that's even viable?
Right now, it's all up to the CTs. Navi is waiting for the mistakes to be made once again. They've got so much time on the board. Edward making his way towards long. RPK's going to spot him though. If he gets his frag, maybe they've got a chance here. He manages to get it. Edward by himself there. It's a questionable play to go out and die by yourself, but the rest of the guys will be going towards middle. It's just a distraction play.
I was going to say, that's a really good lineup for Existence if they could have had the distraction greater from CT, but Flamey, great shot for him to pick up. Scream and RPK limited. Scream tries to go through with the shotgun. RPK follows up, but it's done. Navi answer back. They'll take map 2. Their first map of this tournament, oddly enough. That's 16-7.
Looking much stronger on their CT side there, actually playing a nice passive game. The setups from Tyson weren't not a lot to talk about really, trying to do that 4-on-1 situations, pushing into air bomb sites. Didn't really make too much happen there. CT side, they had some impressive moments there. The one that stands out for me the most, that Scream, what, four kills. Yeah, 4 kills with a defuse as well. That kept them alive for a little bit longer, but in the end, it comes down to a very convincing victory for Navi. Looks like they're back. Guardians finally hitting the shots we expect. The CT defensive AWPing was very good, and it sets it up for the third map perfectly. 1-1. The funny thing is, that was actually Titan's pick. So they win Navi's pick, and then they come back and lose their own. So.
And that was the thing. I mean, Dust 2, you'd think Titan, they're a little more open, they're a little more loose. It might favor them more than Train. Their open and loose style works on Train.
Dust 2 is weird like that, because you may think it's like the big fragging map as well, but the choke points on certain areas are so narrow. Now, if you're just running out with nothing at all and like just running onto a bomb site, players like Guardian have got that control. They've got places to fall back to. If you're not flashing him correctly or actually flushing him out and putting that pressure with the splits onto him, you're just all staying together. That's when you actually feed him a lot more than you intend to.
Well, he definitely had a much better game, far more effective than he was on Train. But that said, we'll send it back to the desk. For the last time between maps, the next time we see them, we'll have a victor.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yes, like he said, we're going to the third map. Before we get to that, though, let's talk a little about Dust 2, Navi.
Well, normal service resumed. You know, Navi, came out strong, did what they had to do, and you know, this is kind of what I expected to happen on Train as well. Just that the firepower was superior, the positioning was superior, the executes when on the limited amount they had to do on the T side was superior. You know, they were better than Titan on this map in every department. So that, for me, sets Navi up now. Okay, we're coming into Cobble. Yeah, it's a Titan map, but they're rolling now. You know, even Guardian was looking better on that, but Seized as well, I thought, had some nice rounds. So Navi, I feel they're in a good place. They've bounced back and finally they've got a map here at this event. Which they needed.
This is how series go. It never is just a carryover of the form and the nature of the first map into the next one. Okay, props to Titan for somehow stealing away Train. But you come into Dust 2, again, supposed to be the strongest map in this particular scenario. I mean, it's between Cobble and Dust 2, but supposed to be one of the strong maps for Titan. You would never have known it watching it there. Navi dominant first half. The scoreline made it look a little bit closer than it was. It wasn't really. And I mean, you saw in the first game, one of the main reasons that was a good win for Titan is what an overperformance from Smiths in the first map. Comes way back down to earth now. Everything's going for Navi. Guardians in the zone. Flamey's having a consistent day now, so they're starting to look dangerous. Coming into the third, should be the closest now, but I actually feel like Navi is going to be in a really good position to win this one, because I've only seen one map in the whole tournament so far that looked vaguely impressive from Titan. So that took Smiths dropping, 26 kills or something. I don't think that's going to happen on map 3. It feels like overall convincing win here for Navi.
Yeah, but I mean, Shox was disappointing in this one as well. And this is usually a map that he lights up. He's always traditionally done well on this. You know, going right back through his history, this was a map that he's always posted big scores on. Now, again, this is where you're the in-game leader and you're trying to pull all the parts together and you're trying to make everything go the way you want it to go. And sometimes you're picking up the AWP. This is the problem. Shox can't be unchained when he's got all these responsibilities, and when you do that, you lose too much. Who's going to pick up the Shox slack? Well, you would need 2 players to begin with, and it's just not happening right now.
What you're saying, Rich, is they need some Shox absorbers.
Yeah, they definitely do.
No, but if you look at the scoreboard we've got here,
car references
you'll
on
very rarely ever see a game where Shox has 55 ADR. This is a guy who does phenomenal damage, incredible rifler, really great technique. He's going to hit bullets on everything. I mean, there he's having one of the poorest impacts I think I've ever seen.
And here's the thing: I know all the fanboys are going to be going absolutely. I mean, I've already had some tweets about you're just a Titan hater. No, I'm telling you, this team should be better. They're making it hard for themselves. Now everyone's going to point to Scream's performance on this map as some sort of, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is like there's hope for us here. Yeah, he's got 16 kills. Yeah, he's top fragged. Yeah, he had some highlight reel moments. But once again, he's got one playing style. It's so default, and it's like, hey, if I can get 3 or 4 kills and it's all headshots, it looks great. But actually, in terms of impact, he's had none. I keep saying this guy needs to grow a pair, move to entry fragger. That's what the team needs right now. Just, he's made plays that were almost inconsequential within the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, problem is his accent. That's the problem. You were saying to him, listen, mate, you need to grow a pair. He was like, grow up here? I grew up in Belgium. What do you talk about?
Well, you bring him up.
Game on point.
We are going to highlight him because, again, they were...
At least he didn't do a nip joke.
Yeah, they were down seriously, but round 20, he does kind of start the rebirth. Not enough, but we're going to go ahead and show you. That's our BenQ, play of the map, if you will.
I mean, this is a guy who can give you great highlight clips. Obviously, it's what he's done his whole career.
Yeah.
And in this sort of position, that angle, you have to hit the head, basically, if you're going to get kills. So, yep, he's got the first 2, just as you expect. I think we all know where the third's going.
Yep. Right, comes up short. Now he knows exactly where everybody is. He's had good comms. As soon as he hits that headshot, he knows he's won the round because obviously Seized is in no man's land. So that's absolutely brilliant. Look, hey, do that every round. We've got a real player. Do it once in a while, and then you're missing easy shots. You can't do spray downs. You're not. It's just he's got the best aim, but sometimes there's more to this game than just being able to hit heads.
He reminds me in the end days of 1.6 when people had learned how to make a frag movie and they'd made the techniques very simple, and also the technology had gotten advanced, so like Sony Vegas or whatever was so easy to make a frag movie and anyone could make a frag movie. So what happened was some people who were fans of frag movies but were just mid-tier type pros, like low level, they'd never play in like a CPL type match. These guys decided, I just want to have the best frag movie. So what they would do is they'd play like practice clan wars against the lowest level of opposition, guys way below their level, and all they'd do is try to make highlight shots. So they'd play with a D gun and they'd only go for the head. They'd never spam it, they'd just only go for the head. And as a result, if you gave them 200 games, they could put together enough crazy clips of just like 5 one-bullet deagle headshots that you'd watch the movie and go, this guy must be one of the best players in the world. If you knew the story, you'd go, oh, that style would never work in a game. You could never do that in a pro game. That's why they had clips that were better than pros, actually, because no pro would fire the weapon that way. They'd try and spam on the third guy to ensure the kill. Unfortunately, Scream does that in professional matches, and as a result, it doesn't work for him either all the time.
And let's think about all of the good players that we talk about as being integral to their teams. When we talk about guys like Crims, you're never going to see a frag movie from Crims, but he gets you 2 kills every round. That's that to me is a star player. The guy who does the unflashy stuff, but he does the unspectacular spectacularly well. That's what you want in the team. That's what Titan need right now.
All right, well, thank you, gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will talk about Cobble. We're going to have a winner and a loser. Someone's going home. Someone's going to move forward. Right after the commercial break, we'll chat about it.